Welcome to this week's episode of Work and Travel TV. I'm Leah Bolton, and this is the show that helps adventurous types like you see the world and make money at the same time.
Oh yeah!
In today's episode of Work and Travel TV, we'll get to hear from a travel expert on working for Club Med, an all-inclusive vacation resort in exotic locations around the globe. Also, we will explore the newest addition to the travel toolbox. To go with the Club Med theme, a site you can explore for more info and how to apply. And today's travel tip is how to find the cheapest gas prices while on the go, because we all know that gas prices are not very pretty these days. This week's question is sent in by an anonymous person. She asks, I also have experience in the work and travel industry. Do you need another expert for your show? The answer to that? I always need new experts to share their experiences with the audience out there. If you've worked and traveled and you would like to share your experience with everyone else and how you got there, please feel free to contact me as well through the Ask Leah page through the tab at the top. Leave me your name and contact and we'll hopefully have a chat and set something up. As well, if you have a question about working and traveling, also submit through the Ask Leah page as well.
Travel tips.
Today's travel tip is how to find the cheapest gas prices while on the go. Gas prices are on the rise as usual, and when you're traveling on the road, the last thing you want to do is stop to figure out which station has the best prices. So most of us just fill up the first station we see if we're not familiar with the area. Is there a better plan? Oh yeah, there is. It's 2011, and if you're like me and one of the other millions of people out there in the world with an Android phone or an iPhone, you can add an app called Gas Buddy. There's also an online site called gasbuddy.com as well, where you can route your trip before you go and jot down the stations to hit up on the way. It even calculates your gas cost if you plug in your vehicle type. So back to the app here. The Gas Buddy app is simple. Add it to your phone, choose your settings, sort by prices or nearest location, miles or kilometers, and choose your fuel type. Then click on Find Gas Near Me, and it comes up with a list of the stations around, addresses and phone numbers. And you can click on the map to find the location. How awesome is that? Pretty awesome. Today on Work and Travel TV, our special guest is Ben Milger, a former bartender for an all-inclusive resort chain called Club Med. Ben, thanks for making an appearance on today's show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Ben, before we jump into things here, why don't you briefly explain a bit about Club Med to the audience?
Well, Club Med is a resort company that has about 80 different properties around the world. Those include beach properties and winter properties. Most of the winter ones are located in the Alps in Switzerland, Italy, and France. It's a little bit unique when you compare it to other resort companies because the employees are encouraged to spend as much time as possible with the guests, even if they're not working. So one aspect of the job is that all employees, whether they come from the bar, reception, sports, really whatever department people work in, they're required to take their meals in the restaurant with the guests, and every employee is required to spend a certain portion of their day in the lounge or the bar socializing with the guests.
Nice. Ben, tell me a bit about your job as a bartender for Club Med. What was it like?
Working in the bar in Club Med is a lot of fun. Most of the resorts have multiple food and beverage outlets. They may include a beach bar, a juice bar, a regular lounge, and a nightclub. So people can have the opportunity, even within one day, to work in a number of different environments. And that's really good for honing your skills as a bartender, whether it's the fast pace of the nightclub, which is very technical, obviously, or the more relaxed, laid-back atmosphere at the beach bar where you get to work on your social skills.
Tell me a bit about the pros and cons of the job. I've heard from other sources that the money is not the best, but at the same time, they seem to swear by their experience there. What's your opinion on the good things to the job and the not so good things to the job?
It's true the money is not great at Club Med, but personally I think that's offset by the room and board that's included. As I said, you're required to take your meals in the restaurant with the guests, and they pay an awful lot of money to eat that food. So it's a pretty high standard. And you also get to partake in a lot of the other amenities at the resort that you wouldn't necessarily be able to with a different company. You can learn to scuba dive for free. If you have a break, you can go take a sailboat and just head out on the water or learn to windsurf. So although the money isn't great, there are a lot of things that offset that. And I think Club Med is a fantastic company to work for.
Tell me a bit about how someone can get started as a Club Med employee or receive more information.
Club Med has a really great website called clubmedjobs.com. People who go to that site can learn about the different resorts and the positions that are available and decide whether or not they're a good fit for the company. If they decide that they are, they're able to submit their resume online, and that goes down to the corporate headquarters in Miami, Florida. And they have a recruiter that spends almost all of her time traveling around North America and setting up appointments in different cities.
Nice.
I personally would really recommend it.
Ben, thanks again for joining us on this week's episode of Work and Travel TV. It's been awesome having you with us.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, Leah. Thanks very much.
The Travel Toolbox.
Today we'll be taking a look at clubmedjobs.com, a site where you can apply for a job and explore more info on the company. Head on over to the Travel Toolbox page. The latest site will be posted with a link at the top of the list. Here we go. So just scroll down here. Club Med right now is at the top of the list, so click on that. We'll take you straight to clubmedjobs.com. Now there's a ton of information here. Ben gave you quite a bit about Club Med, but if you'd like more, there is more information right here in this tab. My page comes up to I live in Canada because that's where I am. If you want to change the country, you can do that so right here. As well, news, upcoming auditions. There are locations and dates for those. And if they need someone right away, position updates, they will put those positions here so you can apply for those right away. If you're not quite sure what Club Med offers and what kind of positions they have, discover our professions here. So you can just click on this. It will give you more information on what type of positions they do have. For example, if you scroll down the list, categories right here, you'll come up to catering. We're going to choose bartending because that's what Ben did. And it will give you more information on his role and his profile. So if that's what you want to do, you can apply online here as well. Or you can go up to this tab, come and join us. There's more information in here as well. Recruitment main points, advice from the recruiting consultant, practical information, upcoming recruitment events, and applying. So if you're ready to apply and you know what you want to do, click on applying here. It will take you to this page. Click here and just choose your position. So again, we're going to choose bartender. Just put a check there, scroll down to the bottom, click here to apply. Now fill in all your information. Hopefully you have a great resume and a great personality and you are a shoo-in. Click on next and that is about it. And they will give you a call and give you a time and date for your audition. So there you go. You can find this site in the Travel Toolbox page where it continues to grow every episode. Work and Travel TV will be your one-stop shop for all of your travel tips and landing that travel job. That's it for today's episode of Work and Travel TV, the show that helps adventurous types like you see the world and make money at the same time. In the next episode of Work and Travel TV, we'll be speaking with an expert who worked as a tour production manager in the entertainment industry. And we'll have a new addition to the Travel Toolbox, as well as another useful travel tip for your journeys. We're here to give you the ins and outs to help you find that perfect job out there. I'm Leah Bolton, and thanks for watching.